Entering accessibility screen, you have 19 options. Menu narration option is set to off is selected.
Come to the line now on 2nd and 2. To throw is Mayfield. Trying to set up the screen, but he just had to spike that one. This will be incomplete. Here's 3rd and 2.
Set.
From the gun, it's Mayfield. And they're going to get to him and take him down, take it back to the other side of midfield. The Buccaneers getting their punter out there. For the 5th time this afternoon. Oh, a miss hit there off the side of his foot. Now, following the punt return, we have an injured player on the field. That not a welcome.
Entering accessibility screen, you have 19 options. Menu narration option is set to off is selected.
Late in a one-sided game. They'll come up here, 1st and 10.
Woody! Set! Throw set!
The drive will start on the ground. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. 2nd down and 8. They'll stick with him again. And nothing cooking on that one. He'll be met and tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
What's that? 2 set. Set. 3. What's that?
The Lions called their first timeout.
Timeout. Detroit. Their first timeout.
Here's a 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Goff. He'll check this down to the running back. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down marker.
I think the days where cornerbacks are either unwilling or unable to be involved in the run game, I think those days are over, Mike. I think when you look around the landscape of today's NFL, yes, you have to cover, but you also have to be able to come up and tackle.
They'll go for it. Here's Goff. That's incomplete. Daring call on 4th down. Does not work out. And it results in a turnover on down. That's complete to Edmonds. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. That's Palmer, the man in motion. Mayfield to throw it here on first down. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
Drop set.
Out of the shotgun.
Mayfield.
A throw on the move is caught. He'll come up to 3rd and 3. Throwing is Mayfield. This one complete to Palmer. And he's going to have the first down. They convert on 3rd, and it sets up a 1st and goal. That's Palmer, the man in motion. Baker to throw. Oh, in trouble. Down he goes. Now, following that sack, we have a player who was injured. Carry now for Edmonds. And it'll be a gain here down to the 12-yard line. Big play coming up, 3rd and goal. Here comes Otten in motion. Throwing here on 3rd and goal. And that is incomplete.
You couldn't quite connect there on that short pass, Mike, and I just think it's worth reminding everyone how different the concepts are down here in the red zone than what the rest of the game plan calls for in the normal part of the field.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Buccaneers cut 3 off the lead, but they still face a sizable deficit. McLaughlin hit the field goal a moment ago, and now he's back to kick this away. Now return coming from the 7. He'll come across the 20 and taken down at the 21-yard line. The Lions offense and their wide receiver getting ready to get back to work. And they have definitely righted some wrongs after the loss of the opener. They have the lead here, and they start this possession 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Here's 2nd and 6. They'll go play action with Goff. A toss left side, caught by his running back. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down. Handoff here, up the middle. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a first down. A pickup of 9. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And they will finally track him down inside the 40-yard line. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. They'll stay on the ground. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Bucs 30-yard line.
Now a give up the middle. And he's going to be taken down. And that will take us to the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
And before the snap, we have a whistle. And this could very well be a false start.
Still first down.
Contact up front. Did they get one of the defenders to jump?
Encroachment. Defense. Still first down.
Back to the ground after the penalty. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up second down.
He's brought down at the 20-yard line. It's the pickup of 6. Brings up second and 4.
I'll give on the ground. And he'll bring this inside the 15. That's good enough for the first down.
A 7-yard gain. That's another Detroit Lions.
On play action, Goff. And this is going to be a touchdown. They are going to extend the lead here in the final minute of play. And this has to feel good for this team, Greg. After losing week 1, to continue to add to the lead here in the fourth quarter and get themselves likely back to 500.
Yeah, just a really nice bounce-back performance. After talking to them, they felt really disappointed in their Week 1 performance. They felt like they got off to a slow start, Mike. So now here in Week 2, bounce back, deal with a little adversity early in the season. I think this is going to bode well as the rest of this year plays on.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. This returnable from the 4. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Buccaneers offense ready to get back to work. Things not looking good. But see if we get the turnaround going here. Pressure gets there, and down he goes.
This has been a masterful game plan defensively. I mean, not only have they found their mismatches and been able to exploit them, it's led to 7 sacks so far. I mean, even when the offense seems to make an adjustment, Mike, the defense just still seems to be one step ahead of them.
What can they do here? This is 3rd and forever. He'll drop to throw. That'll be incomplete. And now we are down to likely just one more play. Kicking time for the Bucs. They'll punt it away. As he'll take this a yard or 2 into his own end zone. And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. So it's a win here for the Lions. They got out of the gates hot, ran out for the big first quarter lead, did not look back as they cruise in this one.
Arizona, Detroit. Ooh, this will be a good fun game. Let's go.
It's week 3 of the National Football League, and we'll be watching Carlton Davis. He's one of the last guys you want to target in coverage. It's the Lions and the Cards coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the home of the Cardinals, State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona. So good to have you with us. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson. We are about set for kickoff. Greg, talking to the coaches all week. We're so curious to see what's going to play out here at the start of this one.
And ideally, I think each of these teams is thinking, okay, we think this is how the game's going to unfold. This is our plan. This is how we're going to go attack. And if that's the case, great. But very rarely does that happen, Mike. So it's really the team that makes the best adjustment in real time, in between possessions, in between snaps. The team that adjusts the fastest and the most efficiently, they're the ones that come the end of the game, they tend to have the advantage.
The punter, Jack Fox, handling the kickoffs. And off we go from Glendale. Carter on the return. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Cardinals come out. They're led by their quarterback, Kyler Murray, first overall pick in 2019. Wows you with those highlight plays over the years. Off the injury, Greg, the Cardinals quarterback, is once again the exciting Kyler Murray.
We both could get the sense from talking to him this week leading up to today's game, like just the amount of pressure he felt that was on his shoulders.
Oh, man.
Frankly,
There you
the
go.
entire locker room, they need to get their first win. When you study NFL history, starting a season 0-3, not many teams have ever made the playoffs in the Super Bowl era, only 6. So if they want to get a chance to find themselves in the playoff hunt, if they just want to get their season on track, a win today is going to go a long way.
Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Here's a 3rd down and 4. From the gun, it's Murray. He's got his man. It's Harrison. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. They go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. A run up the middle with Warren. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. From the shotgun, it's Murray. And he tried to fit in the slant, and it was intercepted. Picked off by Carlton Davis.
So anytime a team suffers an early setback like that interception, human
Let's go,
instinct says,
Lions.
like, we need to get away from our game plan. We need to adjust. I don't think that's the case. There's a lot of game left, a lot
Nice
of chances
pick.
to avenge that play and still connect downfield on some of these passes. All proven, though, Mike. They've got to identify what went wrong. Let's correct it so we're able to move forward.
The Lions, led by Jared Goff, chanting his name during the playoffs in 2023 in Detroit. Far cry from the trade from the Rams to the Lions, 2nd in the league in passing a season ago.
Now, Mike, he's coming off a game where his touchdown to interception ratio wasn't exactly ideal. But at the end of the day, the only thing that matters in this league is wins and losses. He was able to escape with the win, and that's all that matters when it's all said and done. But having said that, he has to play a cleaner game, not only today, but going forward if his team ever wants to get to the level that they think they can play at. Just seems nowadays, Mike, there's so many running backs in the NFL that you can classify as being dual threats. Of course, we see them every week make their impact on the ground. But here in the first half, it's his ability in the passing game and do bulk of his damage as a receiving threat.
1st and 10 now from the 36. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. That's caught by Gibbs. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9. Now the 2nd-year man out of Alabama, Jahmyr Gibbs. He'll maneuver his way down to the 32. It's Sean Murphy-Bunting on the tackle. From the gun, on 3rd down, it's gone. And that is incomplete.
I think he predetermined that third down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there. And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Cardinals offense ready to possess the football for the second time. Murray now to throw on first down. That'll be caught by the running back, Warren. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun, Murray. And it's complete to the sideline. Nice job getting both feet down inbounds. 3rd down, 3 to go. Now Murray keeping it himself. Oh, looked like he had the first down, but the ball is out. The Lions have got it.
You know, it's amazing, Mike, that guys still end up fumbling the ball, because I can tell you from experience, the first 15 minutes of every offensive practice is ball security circuit, and that could be a combination of multiple things. How to go to the ground without getting loose to the ball, almost like the art of falling. It could be running over bags or through bags as guys take swats at the ball trying to knock it out. There are so many ways to simulate what the game is like, because at the end of the day, if you want to win in the NFL, protecting the ball is the #1 priority, and it cannot be stressed enough.
And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Now Goff. Checking it down. This one is caught. And he will not get away. Terrific open field tackle. Gets him down behind the line. Goff gives it to Gibbs. He'll get about 2. Max Melton there to get him down. It is 3rd and 10. Throwing, Goff. That is hauled in at the 5. He is in. Jameson Williams. Touchdown, Detroit. It's his 4th touchdown on the year.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. 2 guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
So the lead is now 10-0 as this kicks away. Carter on the return. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. Out comes the Arizona offense. They get ready for their next possession. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with 1st and 10.
The timing of these RPO concepts, that's the entire key. Remember, Mike, in the college game, they get a 3-yard window that they're allowed to be downfield, even on a forward pass. That's not the rule in the NFL. These decisions have to be made quickly. If not, even after a good pickup, you could be coming back due to a flag.
On 1st and 10, Murray. Over the middle, it's Harrison. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. First down throw for Murray. That ball caught at Zay Jones. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line. On first down, Murray. That's caught left side by Ryman. And the Cardinals are going to have a first and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points. To throw again is Murray. And he will fight his way to the end zone. Kyler Murray. Touchdown, Cardinals. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
Now an opening past the 30. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. The Lions offense headed back to take over once more. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. They'll start this one on the ground with Gibbs. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Once again, it's Gibbs. And he'll get this close to the first down. It's a pickup of 4, but it still leaves 3rd and short. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. They're going to try to run here with Gibbs. He's got nowhere to go. The defensive front controlling the line of scrimmage there. That's going to bring up 4th down. The Lions will punt this ball away. And on the return for the Cardinals, it's Greg Dortch. A fair catch taken here. And it's going to come right at the 15-yard line. The Cards offense about ready to take over once more. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides. As this drive kick, he gets 3. Across midfield, shot out of a cannon. And what an effort after the catch. He goes all the way. 84 yards. Touchdown, Arizona. Prater, extra point is good. And the Cardinals are on top. It's 14-10. So now, Prater, after the touchdown, is out to kick it away. This one taken at the 7. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. The Lions offense ready to take over possession of the football. They trail by 4. Touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. He'll check this down to the running back. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
On 2nd down, Goff. That one intercepted. That's the safety, Jalen Thompson. And he is going to bring this one back. A DB's dream. A pick 6 for touchdown. Prater, extra point is good. And the Cardinals are out to a 21-10 lead. He fields it at the 8. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Lions offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. And he's not going to be able to get away. Very good coverage on the perimeter. It goes down as a loss of yards. on second down. Goff.
Ooh, that was bad.
Of the field, but that is incomplete. Third and long. From the gun, it's Goff. That's over the middle, taken in by Laporta. He needed 13, and that's exactly what he got. By the nose of the football, it's a first down. Off the play fake, here's Goff. He'll let this one go long for Williams. And that is incomplete. Took a shot here at the end of the quarter, but it comes up incomplete. They'll try again. It's second and 10. Goff. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down. Goff to throw. And this ball incomplete on third down.
Just doesn't seem to me right now that he's seeing the field very well. And that last possession results in the pick. You'd expect him to come back out here and be a little bit more careful with the ball. Find easier completions. Find the better matchup. And instead, he puts the ball back in harm's way, and he's lucky that wasn't another interception.
He'll try and get there on the ground. A gain of 11 there as the decision to go for it pays off. 2 first downs, and they're at the 46 now. It's first and 10. Throwing here is Goff. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. A second down throw for Goff. To the right side, that's St. Brown. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for first and 10. To throw is Goff. Right side, it's Laporta, the tight end. And they'll take this down inside the 35. On first and 10, here's Goff. He'll go right back to Laporta. And he takes it down to the 15-yard line.
Kill, set, set.
Goff to throw on first down. This is caught at the 2. And the Lions are going to be set up with a first and goal on a pass play that moves them down to the 1. Here's Gibbs. And he's not going to get in. In fact, he'll lose yardage. They push him backwards. From back at the 2 now, here's second and goal. One more time, they try Gibbs. Good blocking, and he's in. Jahmyr Gibbs. Touchdown, Lions. Badgley now, attack on the extra point. His kick is good. And the Lions are back within 4. It's 21-17. The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. To return is Greg Dortch. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. They'll start this on the ground with Warren. He'll burrow his way forward for a couple. Alex Anzalone in for the tackle. Once again, it's Warren. And he'll get this very close to a first down. A nice run there. He'll just end up a little bit short. You don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. They'll try and run here with Benson. And he's going to have a Cardinals first down. Maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches. Now Murray. Oh, a loose football. One of his teammates there to take it back in. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. From the gun, it's Murray. Quick slant into the hands of Wilson. 3rd and long. Here's Murray. Here's a screen set up for Benson. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down. The Cardinals lining up for a punt. Deep for the Lions, Holly Freeman. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. Set to go now on 1st and 10. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. On the ground to start, they give it to Gibbs. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. Throwing, Goff. That's caught by Gibbs. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. Here's Gibbs. The defense all over that. Met him in the backfield, stopped in his tracks, and it sets up 4th down.
The idea here for this offense is you're not really thinking necessarily touchdown. You're thinking first down. Let's get a fresh set of downs here and reset. But in this case, they suffer a loss, and it brings up 4th down.
And he's going to have the Lions first down. They managed to convert. That'll keep the drive alive. Straight ahead with Gibbs. And he'll get 4 here, up to the 24-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 6. To throw is Goff. Checking it down, this one is caught. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line.
Well, it's been pretty clear this offense has wanted to get this running back involved in the passing game here in the first half. And with the success they've found, I expect the rest of the game to go very similar.
And he's going to be taken down right at midfield.
By the end of last season, Mike, on that NFC Championship run of the Detroit Lions, Jahmyr Gibbs really found his stride. They can do so many different things with him, run game, pass game, no matter how you do it. When you get the ball into this kid's hands, he can do a lot.
On play action, Goff. That one incomplete. They can't hook up there, and that incompletion takes us to the 2-minute warning. After back-to-back incompletions, they now face 3rd down and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. And this is going to be incomplete. That is a letdown there. Pass was to be on target, no catch, and now 4th down. They'll go for it. Here's Goff. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And he's going to have a Lions first down as this defense can't come up with the play they need. They surrender a gain of 17 on 4th down.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the second quarter.
Here's Goff. He connects with St. Brown. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10. So here's a chance to take the lead going into the locker room. It's 1st and goal. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete. The ball's still at the 8-yard line for 2nd down and goal. Here's Goff. And this is too far over the end line. It's incomplete. Amon-Ra St. Brown, the receiver he was trying to target. And now it's 3rd and goal. Now, Goff. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete.
Well, if you're going to target him in the end zone, you better come correct, man, because this guy, he embraces those moments of one-on-one coverage when it matters the most, and I think he just saved 6 by getting his hands on that one. Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in 1st and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
Dortch now to return it. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. 1st and 10. The Cardinals offense and the wideout getting set to go once more. Now Murray on 1st down. Arizona will take its first timeout. Clock will stop as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. 2nd down, Murray. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete. 3rd and a yard. Murray. He'll try to hit him with a screen. And he's going to have the first down as he gets out of bounds, and he stopped the clock as well. Murray's going to throw again. That's taken in by the running back, Benson. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's 2nd and 6. To throw again is Murray. Got a man downfield. It's Wilson. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line. Again, it's Murray. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. Throwing again is Murray. A throw there on 2nd down, going to be incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out front.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
7 seconds, all that remains, till halftime. And the kick is away. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out. So they'll take over at the 30-yard line. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they get the timeout. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. And they'll elect not to run another play. Instead, just take a knee and take this on into the locker room. So we have reached halftime, and it's a 4-point game. As we send you to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman. He's got the EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. More from you and Greg in a moment. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here and what's already been an eventful afternoon of football. We'll begin our tour out at Nissan Stadium in Nashville, where it was the visiting Packers who were able to come in and win this one on the road. Jaden Reed, a touchdown catch in the victory. From there, let's head to AT&T Stadium as we check out the Cowboys at home in Dallas. And they've got the lead in that one over the visiting Baltimore Ravens. Dak Prescott lighting it up. He's got 3 touchdown passes. Finally, let's get to Indianapolis to check on the Colts at home at Lucas Oil Stadium. And they were winners in that one as they take care of the visiting Chicago Bears. Anthony Richardson leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. It was a solid first half for the always dangerous Kyler Murray. He had a touchdown both in the air and on the ground to help push his guys into the lead at the break. Both of these offenses had their share of high points in that first half. Each team had some big moments, and it would seem this could turn out to be a game where the last score wins. Both these teams running through their final adjustments. It's time for the second half. And for the call, let's get it back out to Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
All right, Coach. Thank you very much.
Coach, thank you. Not a rest at the break for the defensive
Coach, thank you.
Trying to figure out how to stop these offenses as we get ready for the second half. Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more
Go.
as the second half gets underway. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. Jahmyr Gibbs and the Detroit offense set to take over again. And you look at his numbers as a pass catcher in this one. They've lined him up in different spots, shifted him around, and they've made him a real weapon in the passing game. On the ground, this is Gibbs. And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on first down. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. Throwing on 2nd down. Goff. He'll check this down to the running back. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. On 3rd down, they go with Gibbs. A gain there of 15. Good for a Lions first down.
And this is just more of the same, picking up exactly where he left off in the first half. And these numbers, Mike, as you see them, they just pop out at you. I mean, he has been the driving force of this offense from the very start.
On first down, it's Goff. That's a short one caught by Laporta. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. On the handoff, this is Gibbs. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
Well, here he is just taking over this drive from the running back spot. And frankly, Mike, any time the secondary and defensive backs are making a lot of tackles downfield, You know the offensive line's doing their job up front, and we can see the results.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. First down, and they stick with Gibbs. And he'll push his way ahead for a gain of 2. Well, Nichols there to make the play. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. On second down, Goff. He'll swing this one out wide to his running back. And he's into the end zone. Jahmyr Gibbs. Touchdown, Detroit. Second touchdown of the game. Season total now up to 5.
We all make such a big deal, Mike, when we see a quarterback go through his progression and deliver a deep downfield strike for a touchdown. But sometimes, just take what's easy, the easy pitch and catch, get an underneath completion. That's exactly what the quarterback does here. Takes what the defense gives them, and when you have a playmaker like that on the outside, they can do the rest with their feet after the catch, and the end result is still a touchdown.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Dortch now to return it. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Cardinals offense, and Kyler Murray set to take over once again. And he has had all sorts of trouble in this one. Your quarterback has to take care of the ball, and he has not. Turning it over in the air, turning it over as a fumbler. You just cannot win football games in this league when the quarterback's giving the defense the ball. And that's what he's done in this one. Start out with a run, and it's Benson. And the struggles continue. He's dropped behind the line again. Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. Again, it's Benson.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
Now Murray keeping it himself, and he's going to have a Cardinals first down. At least at first glance, they'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches. And this rough day on the ground continues. They're going to drop him behind the line again. Here's a 2nd and 12. From the shotgun, it's Murray. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
A 7-yard loss brings up 3rd down.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Out of the gun, it's Murray. That is intercepted by the first-round pick from Alabama, Terrion Arnold. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
And these are the types of plays they envisioned when they invested a first-round pick on this defensive back just a few months ago. I mean, he's entered the league, Mike, with a reputation for having almost offensive wide receiver type ball skills. And those ball skills were certainly on full display that time.
The visitors' offense, Jahmyr Gibbs, set to get back on the field. And he's had trouble getting on track in this one. Really limited space to find an opening. The defensive front stopping him multiple times. Generally, he has not been a big factor in this game to this point. So they come to the line for first down and 10. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. Goff gives it to Gibbs. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line. And his fine afternoon on the ground continues. The last run going to put him up over 100 yards for this one. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. Goff to throw on first down. He'll get this to his tight end, Laporta. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
I wouldn't be surprised if some point here in the future, Mike, this quarterback drops back. It looks like the same old hitch route underneath, and they give a pump fake and go. You can lull a defense to sleep with a lot of these underneath quick game passes, and once you do, you can try to go for the big one.
He was looking for Jahmyr Gibbs out of the backfield. And it's going to be third down. From the gun, it's Goff. He'll get this one complete to St. Brown.
Well, he had such a great first half throwing the football. There's no reason to think, Mike, coming out here for the start of the third, that anything's going to change. He's picked up right where he left off, and the numbers are indicative of just how well he's played.
From the gun, here's Gibbs. And he'll work this into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line, taken down after a gain of 5. A second down throw for Goff. It is caught left side by St. Brown.
I think they're going to have to be more creative here on the back end with the types of coverages they show this quarterback. Change the look pre-snap to post-snap. Mix in zone, mix in man. They got to make it more challenging on the quarterback going forward.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. Down to the goal line. No signal. Is he in? They'll say it did not break the plane, but a real solid gain on 1st and goal. Throwing here is Goff. That is caught by the tight end. Rock right. Touchdown, Lions. Greg, it's the quarterback's best friend, and you were that guy for a lot of years. The tight end in a tight area with man coverage.
Yeah, and it's really twofold, Mike, right? First and foremost, we see so many of these tight ends around the league that now have gotten to the point where one-on-one matchups, that's advantage offense. But then even in the cases they don't create great separation, Mike, it's their size, their catch radius. It's such a friendly target for the quarterback that when things get tight in the red zone, they look to the tight end.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Dortch now to return it. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The home team's offense ready to come back out for this next possession. Murray now to throw on first down. That'll be batted down. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Now Murray. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. From the gun, it's Murray. And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a sack.
A loss of 10 yards brings up 4th down.
The Cardinals line up for a punt. He's on for the 2nd time and wouldn't mind a carbon copy of that first kick. Raymond going to return it, and he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The visitors' offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. Their lead is 10. They go back to work, trying to add to it. It begins with 1st down. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. They'll start this one on the ground with Gibbs. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. Here's Goff. That's caught by Gibbs. Can't fault the effort. He got half a couple of tackles, but ultimately the defense gets him for a loss of yardage. 3rd and long. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. Here's Goff. Open man, right side. He's got it. His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a first down.
A gain of 15. First down, Lions.
So, no shortage of offense in this one as we end the 3rd. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Here's 1st and 10. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. They hand it to Gibbs. And he'll only get down to around the 42. 2nd down and 8. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. To throw is Goff. Checking it down, this one is caught. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short game.
Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with the lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
And he's going to have the Lions' 1st down as this defense can't come up with the play they need. They surrender a gain of 17 on 4th down.
And this running game has really been rolling, Mike, all game long. The holes, the run lanes, they've been there consistently. Here's another nice run as they look to put this game away.
Once again, it's Gibbs. And he'll get about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Here's a handoff to Gibbs. And the Lions are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as strong running takes them down to the 9. Goff to throw. Yeah.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
Not a lot of room to work there. Well played by the defense. And they set themselves up for 3rd and goal. Now Goff. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete. In comes Michael Badgley for this field goal try. 3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Lions will add to their lead here in the 4th quarter.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone, and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. 3 tight ends in the game to start the drive. They'll keep it on the ground. to run at the 40. Inside the 20. And they're not going to run him down. He goes all the way. 71 yards. Touchdown, Arizona. Prater, extra point is good. And the Cardinals are back within 6. So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a one-score game as they kick it away. This will be returned from the 6. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. They work with a 6-point advantage as they start this drive on 1st and 10. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. On 2nd down, it's Gibbs. And he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now, it's 3rd down. Goff. He's got his man. Right side. It's complete. Give him 14 on that one. 1st down, Detroit. They'll run with Gibbs. Not much there. Maybe a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. A run here with Gibbs. And he'll get back maybe to the line of scrimmage, but probably going to be a loss of a yard here. This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. Goff to throw. He'll get this one to his safety valve, complete. And they were hoping for a little more on that one. Brought down well short of the 1st. It'll bring up 4th down. And this one's going to be downed inside the 20-yard line. The home team's offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. The deficit, 6 points. So a touchdown here would be mighty nice for the offense. See what they can do on this drive. 1st and 10. That one good for 15 and a 1st down. From the 34 now, it's 1st and 10. They'll run. Lots of space past the 45. And he will take this all the way down to the Cardinals' 38-yard line.
It's a gain of 28 yards. That's good for a Cardinal.
They'll throw on 1st down with Murray. Catch made right side by Wilson. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They got it inside the 15. They can still get a 1st down at the 1. 1st and 10, they go from the 11. And he's going to go into the end zone, but he may have gotten a little help along the way. This one's coming back.
Holding offense.
So holding is the call. And take that touchdown off the board. Murray going to fire this one out to Harrison. And he won't get away. Good open field tackle there to get him down behind the line. They'll run here. And he will score. Trey Benson. Touchdown, Arizona. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. The kick is good. Important one as they take the lead here in the 4th quarter. So now playing with the lead after that 4th quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. This taken in at the 8-yard line. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Lions offense ready to get back at it. The deficit is 1 as they'll search now for that go-ahead score. In motion, Peoples-Jones. On first down, it's Goff. The coverage too strong that time. The ball batted away and incomplete. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Back to the air, it's Goff. He'll get that into the hands of Williams. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Throwing, Goff. That's right side and brought in by Williams. Terrific day throwing the ball, and the numbers now show it. Over 300 yards passing in this one. All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning remain as we get set for 1st and 10. To throw is Goff. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. So 2 minutes left to play in the 2nd half. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. Now, 2nd and 4. Montgomery. And nice work here. He's got the first down to about the 30-yard line. The Lions called their first timeout.
First down, Detroit.
Here's first down. They'll drop to throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
All right, so this is why you get paid the big bucks. These are the possessions as a quarterback you need to deliver for your team. Everybody talks about 2 minute. Everybody drills it every single week. But when it comes down to this moment in the game, your quarterback needs to be on point. And after that first down incompletion, it just makes things that much harder.
This crowd trying to be a factor, getting very loud now. It's 3rd and 5. Here's Gibbs. Arizona will take its first timeout. Clock will stop as they'll discuss what's to come as 4th down is looming. They'll try it now with Gibbs. And he's going to have a Lions first down, and they get it rather easily. A gain of 9 on 4th and 3. A run with Gibbs. The hold closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. Cards going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll get together prior to the 2nd down play. Gibbs. And he'll take this ahead for a gain of about 5. And here comes 3rd down. They'll stick to the ground. And the Lions are going to have first and goal coming up. They're able to convert on 3rd and 2. Here's Gibbs. And this is a touchdown. They were not going to be denied. And they have taken the lead here in the final minute of play.
This is game over.
And make it 3 touchdowns now. Remember, he caught the one earlier. That his second rushing touchdown of the game.
And, Mike, this is what every offense is searching for out of the running back position. Can you impact the game equally on the ground?
And he will get into the end zone for the 2 and extend the lead to 7 points.
Not a real complicated breakdown needed here, Mike. In short yardage situations like that, if you have confidence in both your back and your offensive line, sometimes it's the simplest plays that have the best results.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. From the 6, here comes a return. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The home team's offense and running back Trey Benson getting ready for their next drive. And as we look at the highlights, you see it's been tough to stop him here today. Couple of touchdowns in this ball game. He has, without a doubt, been the driving force in this offense so far. They'll come up for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Murray. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Well, it's safe to say this offense now is entering desperation mode. They have such a long way to go with such little time to do it. You're thinking chunk plays, get out of bounds. You have to stop the clock and continue to pick up as much yardage as you can to, at the very least, be in position to take one Hail Mary shot to the end zone.
On 3rd down, Murray. Oh, he can't get rid of it, and he's taken down. Now 4 seconds left, and we get a timeout call. Defense has to play smart, avoid a penalty on 4th and long. Here we go. One final play. And that is incomplete. They had their chance. They took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Got to let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on downs. So a win for the visitors, the Lions. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did. And that was the difference in this one. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. So long, everybody.
It's week 4 of the National Football League, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Seahawks and the Lions under the lights on Monday night.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to downtown Detroit and Ford Field, the home of the Lions. Great to have you with us in this primetime battle. Mike Tirico and Greg Olson with you under the lights. We'll be putting in the spotlight the running backs. These are two teams, Greg, with backs who can tote it and carry it and make guys miss. They're going to give us a fun old-school game on the ground here tonight.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool, Mike, because, I mean, how many of these games have you and I known where we start out saying, all right, the quarterbacks, the wide receiver, these two electric passing games, that's how these offenses are built. And now we have a little bit of a throwback, and for two teams that unapologetically say, we are going to run our offense through the running back position, we don't see that so often anymore. So for two guys like us that understand and appreciate the legacy and the history of this game, I think it's kind of fun.
The Seahawks come on, and that means it's Geno Smith. What a story he's been. Real turnaround here in his 12th year now in the NFL. Came out to Seattle, backed up Russell Wilson the last 3 years. Greg, he has been the starter, and he runs this Seattle offense now.
I think the biggest thing that stood out from last week's game was when they went into the game with an initial plan, how quickly were they able to get away from that when they realized it wasn't working? I think they got a lot of unscouted looks, meaning the defense threw a lot of exotic looks at them, blitzes, different fronts and coverages, maybe things they didn't work on all week. So the key this week is understand what is the defense looking to do today, and how fast can we make those adjustments if we're not having early success.
They'll mark them down up at the 44-yard line. They'll break the huddle, coming up now for 1st and 10. Play action now. It's Geno. This one is complete to DK Metcalf. And he'll be marked down at the 15-yard line. They'll go play action. It's Smith. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throw away. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Now former college star over in East Lansing, it's Kenneth Walker. This opening drive has been a good one, but will it continue? Here's a test on 3rd down. They'll try to set up the screen here with Walker. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down. Myers' kick is good. And the Seahawks are out to an early 3-0 lead. 3 points on that opening drive. We'll see the response as the kick's away. The return starts from the 5. Good return here. Brings it up to the 33-yard line. The Lions, led by Jared Goff, chanting his name during the playoffs in 2023 in Detroit. Far cry from the trade from the Rams to the Lions. 2nd in the league in passing a season ago.
You know, some weeks, Mike, it just seems like you just can't do anything wrong. Every play, every throw, it just seems like everything goes your way. And that was certainly the case last week, throwing for over 300 yards, 3 touchdowns. Tell you what, his receivers, they're coming into every game saying, we're going to get a lot of opportunities, and their quarterback can continue to play at that high of a level. There's a lot of production to go around.
Here's a 2nd and 6. Goff gives it to Gibbs. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
These edge rushers, they are judged by their sack totals, Mike. They love to rush the passer. But they have responsibilities in the run game as well. Great job here, keeping it to no gain.
And that is incomplete. The tight end, Sam Laporta, the intended receiver. And that's going to lead to a 4th down. fair catch taken, and they're going to start right at their own 20-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
This drive starts at the 21. It's 1st and 10. They put the tight end Brown in motion. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. You get a look there at his numbers on the ground from a week ago. Here's 2nd and 6. Keep it on the ground and keep it with Walker. And he'll only get it to the 26-yard line, setting up 2nd and long. 3rd and 5. On play action, Smith. And that is incomplete.
This pass rush is continuing to make their presence felt here in the early going. And this quarterback, he's lucky to at least get rid of that ball because they were on the verge of recording their 2nd sack, and we're still here in the 1st quarter.
This one fielded out beyond the 25. The home team's offense ready to take over for their 2nd possession. They'll start out 1st down and 10. On the ground to start, they give it to Gibbs. And a good job following his blockers, a gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 40-yard line.
Now Gibbs. He'll be close to a 1st down. A little short, that tackle made at the 42. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. They're going to try to run here with Gibbs.
Taken down at the 43-yard line. A gain of only a yard. It's 4th down.
Early big play here. They're going to go for it on 4th down. They'll try and run for it. He's got a 1st down inside the 45. And he's going to be brought down, but not until he gets inside the 35.
Well, I love the aggressive play call here by this offensive coordinator. The decision to go for it on 4th down in your own territory. Of course, #1 goal, pick up the 1st down. But in this case, once he got past the line of scrimmage, he saw daylight, and he had a huge run from it. He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
Handoff, Gibbs running left. And they will take him down at the 20-yard line.
This is already a little better than the first time they had the ball, Mike. Remember, opening possession, 3 and out. Showing some signs of life here now. Nice pick up there by the back to pick up the 1st down.
1st down, and they stick with Gibbs. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
They move Laporta, sending him in motion. Once again, it's Gibbs. And the Lions are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Here's a run. A short game, down to the 7. Now here's 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
Throwing here is Goff. And some space opening up as he works it down to the 2. 3rd and goal.
Brings up 3rd and goal.
Now, Goff. And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for third down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack. You know, I think it's safe to say here, Mike, as this offense leaves the field, they wanted to stay out there and go for it. But I think in this case, the coach is playing the long game. He understands that these 3 points now can end up being very valuable as this game moves along.
He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. Out comes the Seattle offense as they get ready for their next possession. They'll set out in search of a first touchdown in this game. Just a pair of field goals to show. It's 3-3 as they start 1st and 10. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9. From the gun, it's Gino. Near the sideline and caught by Metcalf. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Smith. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete. Here's Michael Dixon now. And John to punt for the 2nd time in this opening quarter. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They'll start this one on the ground with Gibbs. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1. Throwing on 2nd down. Goff. Quickly, they get it into the hands of Williams. And he'll be taken down, and that's going to do it. That's the last play of the 1st quarter. So we've played 1 quarter here on a Monday night. All even, 3 apiece, the score. And we are back to the Motor City in a moment. Here's a 3rd down and 4. From the gun, it's Goff. And that is incomplete.
The most important stat, Mike, to determine wins and losses in the NFL is clearly turnover differential. Your ability to protect the ball and on defense, take the ball away. And for any offense, that's even more critical when you have the ball on your side of the field.
The Seahawks offense ready to see what they can do. They'll work in a tie game here in the 2nd quarter and get started with 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Smith. Metcalf coming across the field. He's got it. And he'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line. The tight end Fant in motion. Smith now to throw on 1st down. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. Now a timeout called by the defense. Off the play fake, it's Smith. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Working out of the gun, Smith. Complete to the forward Buckeye, Jackson, Smith, and Jigba. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. On 1st down is Smith. This one complete to his tight end Fant. The Seahawks are going to be looking at a 1st and goal. They move it down to the 4. Here's a designed run. And he will take it in himself. Geno Smith. Touchdown, Seattle. Jason Myers on to attempt the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Seahawks take a 10-3 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Now return coming from the 7. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. They'll run with Gibbs. And that'll be a pickup of 3. They face second down and 7. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. Brought in by the tight end, Sam Laporta. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Straight ahead with Gibbs. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second and 7.
To throw is Goff. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
Brings up third down and 7.
Now Goff. That one on target for Williams. He's got it. They get 12 yards on that pass. Good for a Lions first down.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
He's got Laporta open on the left side. And he's out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, out inside the 20. That pickup, good for 29 yards.
What a luxury. There's certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
They'll go play action with Goff. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete. They'll try again here. Second and 10. To throw is Goff. That's over the middle. Taken in by Laporta. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up third down.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up third and 3.
Now a give to Gibbs, running right. Trying to find some seam out there, but he will not. They get him behind the line. And fourth down is coming up. In comes Michael Badgley for this field goal try. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Lions cut the lead to 4. It's 10-6.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Seahawks offense get those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. The lead sits at 4. So they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with first and 10. On second down, it's Gino. This one finds a rocket down the left side. 12 yards on that hookup. It's good for a Seahawks first down. The run up the middle, it's Walker. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up second down. Once again, it's Walker. And he'll get about 4 out of that one. That should be enough to move the chains. It is. First down. They'll run here with Walker. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. Jack Campbell, the former first-round pick, there to wrap him up. Here's Walker. And he's going to be bottled up quickly after a gain of about 1. DJ Reader, as usual, from that interior spot with the play. From the gun on third down, Smith. That's over the middle and intercepted. It's the linebacker, Jack Campbell. And the Lions are going to take possession. They've got it at their own 42.
Like, there's usually such a comfort level when the guy playing quarterback behind center is a veteran. They've seen a lot of ball. You can trust them to make good decisions. And then every once in a while, one just gets away, and that's just simply a bad ball, a bad mistake. I mean, just, you're not going to get away with it at this level.
Here's first and 10. They'll run it to the right here with Gibbs. Running with authority. Pushes his way forward for a pickup of 6.
And his great first half on the ground continues, and this is one of those guys that when he gets in the groove, it seems like it's an 8-yard run, a 10-yard run, and all of a sudden a 15-yard chunk play, one after another.
Maybe a couple there. It's third down.
And with that run, Mike, even though it brings up third down, it still keeps this offense in what they call a 50-50 downs. It means with the down and distance provided, you can call a run or a pass, and both are equal threats. And that's what makes it so hard for these defenses to defend those situations.
2 minutes to go here till halftime. Greg and I back from Ford Field in Detroit in a moment. Goff going to throw here on first and 10. That'll be caught. It's Jahmyr Gibbs. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. A second down throw for Goff. That's caught by Gibbs.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is. One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. Really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
On first down, it's Goff. There's a throw right side. It's going to be incomplete. We'll try again. It's second and 10. Here's Goff. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion. The most impressive thing about this drive, Mike, has really just been their efficiency. They've just continued to pick up first downs, fresh sets of downs. We just saw there with that third down conversion, continue to possess the ball. These opportunities to come away with points continue to go up. As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. The quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and They were able to make the completion.
On second down, Goff. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. Here's a third down and 4. Goff. Checking it down. This one is caught. And he's got the first down. A great job looking at engaging where the marker is and getting there to set up first and goal.
And this is the blueprint, Mike. The ability to sustain and maintain possession and methodically move the ball down the field in the process. The defense has had no answers up until this point, and now the next step is, can they come away with 6? Because anything less than that after this long drive would be a bit of a letdown.
From the gun, it's Goff. He pulls it in around the 5. Goff going to hurry his guys to the line. Back to the air one more time. That's hauled in at the 2. Hard running close to the goal line, but they're going to mark him just short.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times, and then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get one more yard? Now, for him individually, not ideal, but right now they're on the door.
Powering forward. He's in. Jameer Gibbs. Touchdown, Detroit. Touchdown number 7 for him on the year.
You hear coaches, you hear commentators, everybody talks about that middle 4, Mike, the final 2 minutes of the second quarter and the first 2 minutes of the third quarter. Here they are now. They go down and they steal a late touchdown to end the half. Remember, they're going to get the ball first coming out of the break.
So, final seconds of this first half. Looks like they'll take a lead into the locker room as the kick's away. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Smith now taking the deep shot for Smith and Jigba. That one underthrown and intercepted. Picked off by Ifeatu Melifonwu. So, we have hit halftime here on a Monday night, as we'll send you down to Orlando now, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. More from you and a big tight end momentarily. But first, let's give everyone a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta, where you see the final score there. Kirk Cousins, sharp in the victory, as his guys bounce back from a tough start to the year to claim victory number 1. From there, we're off to check out another game. And they were winners in that ball game as they beat the visiting Washington Commanders. Kyler Murray, sharp in the victory, as his guys bounce back from a tough start to the year to claim victory number 1. Lastly, let's get you to MetLife Stadium to see what's happening with the Giants at home in East Rutherford. And they were losers in their ball game to the visiting Dallas Cowboys. Dak Prescott, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. In the first half, it was the Alabama man, Jameer Gibbs, who had it cooking. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This was a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break. Both these teams running through their final adjustments. It's time for the second half. And for the call, let's get it back out to Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Okay, Coach, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustment's going to pay dividends here. Likely going to play a big role in who wins this one. 3 points, all that separates these two sides, as half number 2 kicks off. Here comes a return from the 5. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Lions offense And their running back set to go once more. And he has been the focal point of this offense. When you get a performance like this, you can almost invariably know the offensive line's been stellar, and they have been so far. A run up the middle, it's Gibbs. And they'll bring down around the 27-yard line. Devin Witherspoon up from the secondary to make the play.
1 yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
They move Laporta, sending him in motion. Throwing on 2nd down. Goff. He'll swing this one out wide to his running back. He's going to have a 1st down and he goes out. Nice pickup of 9.
That's good for the Lions.
They move Laporta, sending him in motion. On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. A nice pickup, moving it across the 40. We'll give him 6 on that play. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. Throwing here is Goff. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. On 3rd down, they go with Gibbs. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. Here's the Lions punt team now.
In punt formation for the Lions.
This brought in out past the 20. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The Seahawks offense and Geno Smith getting ready for their next possession. And this defense has really had their way so far, intercepting him twice, forced into a number of bad throws, and generally the D has just made it tough to operate all game long. Set to go now on 1st and 10. This drive starts on the ground with Walker. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. From the gun, it's Geno. Complete. Metcalf with the grab. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Smith. He'll get this complete to Walker. And he'll be stopped short of a 1st down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. On the ground to start, they give it to Gibbs. And they'll bring him down, but not until he gets to the 38-yard line. And the big night continues. That last run gives him yardage to put him over 100 for the game. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. On 1st and 10. Here. Oh, no chance there. Under a heavy rush, he goes down.
And now we're seeing the game kind of go back and forth. Each team trading blows, trying to establish control over the other. Nice chunk play on the previous play. The defense responds back with a sack, and we're going to see which team can establish a little bit more of this control as the game unfolds.
Throw over the middle, and they can't connect. It's incomplete. 3rd and long. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. He's got Laporta open on the left side. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down marker. And a fair catch is taken. It is just inside the 20-yard mark.
At their own 20-yard line.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Now, Gino. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete. Here's a handoff to Walker. And that will get him back on schedule. Good pickup of 7. Sets up 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, Smith. That'll be caught. It's Metcalf. 6 catches for him in the ball game now. And this one's good for a first down. Now a give to Walker, running right. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down. Flags coming. Looks like there was movement on the right side of the O-line. Play action now. It's Gino. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. 3rd down and 9. Working out of the gun, Smith. And that is incomplete. Jackson, Smith, and Jigba, the intended receiver. And now it's 4th down. That is fielded at the 20. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. Goff gives it to Gibbs. Has an opening past the 40. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line.
Well, that's how you get a drive started. A big play here in the run game. And you have to imagine this is something we're going to continue to see. Success early in the drive typically results in success later in the drive.
Goff to throw on 1st down. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
A running back that can be used in the passing game is a handful for these defenses. And you can tell this offense, they're not shy getting this guy the ball. And I think the rest of this game, they're going to continue to see, hey, defense, do you have an answer for this guy?
This one complete to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. 1st and 10. Here's Gibbs. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10. At the 23-yard line.
A 2nd down throw for Goff. That's caught by Gibbs. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Here now, 3rd and 5. Goff to throw. He'll get this out to his running back. And it looks like he's going to have the 1st down. What great work after the catch to extend the drive. Here's a handoff to Gibbs. And that is going nowhere in a hurry. Finally taken down well behind the line. Now, Goff. Right side, it's Laporta, the tight end.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, it makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier.
That one, taken in. Jameson Williams. Touchdown, Lions.
When you're down this close to the goal line, you typically don't have this much time. So let's give credit to the big guys up front. He was able to work through his entire progression, but at the same time, Mike, this is actually really good coverage. He's not even really that open. He puts a little extra on that one. He threads the needle, and nice contested catch results in a touchdown.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Here comes D. Eskridge on the return. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. On the ground, it's Walker to start the drive. He'll try to get back to the line, but he's not happening. Gonna lose a yard. So, 3 quarters have come and gone. Back with more Monday Night Football after this. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. On play action, Smith. Metcalf, left side, he's got it. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. 3rd and 6. They'll stick to the ground. And this is going to be a Seahawks first down. He gets this up past the 40-yard line. The tight end Fant in motion. A first down throw for Smith. And they'll get this one down to the 35-yard line. They'll run here. A modest gain. Maybe 2 yards. It's 2nd down. Throwing is Smith. He'll get this one to his safety valve. Complete. Backfield empties. 5 receivers in the formation for 3rd down and 5. Gino to throw. That is hauled in at the 5. And he won't quite make it to the pylon, but he's out of bounds right around the 1-yard line. Here's Walker. And he will not get in from there. In fact, I think he was shoved backwards a little bit. From a little further back, here's 2nd and goal. And this one's blown up. It's back at the 5-yard line now. 2 plays at their disposal, but they'd love to get it right here on 3rd and goal. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down. And this one, right down the middle. It's good. And they are indeed back within one score. So the field goal makes it a one-score game here in the fourth quarter as they kick it away. This will be returned from the 6. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. Jahmyr Gibbs and the Detroit offense set to take over again. And before this drive starts, let's take a look at the current race to see who's going to take home the award of NFL Most Valuable Player. They'll start this one on the ground with Gibbs. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up second and 5 at the 30-yard line.
Once again, it's Gibbs. They tackle him at the 38, but that run is good enough to pick up the first down. They'll go play action with Goff. He's going to air this one out. That is knocked away. Incomplete. Good coverage there defensively. All over him. And it'll be second down. From the gun, it's Goff. He'll swing this one out wide to his running back. Here's 3rd and 7. Goff. He's got his tight end. That's Laporta. Catch number 7 so far in this one. And a first down.
So this is a part of the game that everybody works on, Mike. They call it 4-minute offense, and you don't necessarily have to have 4 minutes on the clock. But the whole idea is we possess the ball late in the fourth quarter with the lead. The goal is we want to end the game with the ball. So that 3rd down conversion is going to go a long way. Protect the ball, continue to pick up first downs. If they do that, I don't even think their opponent sees the ball again. Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly second down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
On play action, Goff. To the right side, that's St. Brown. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7. Throwing, Goff. He'll check this down to the running back. And he can't get away. They rally to the football on defense and bring him down for no gain.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Throwing on 2nd down, Goff. Checking it down, this one is caught. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
From the gun, on 3rd down, it's Goff. That's over the middle, taken in by Laporta. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. Here's a big one now from Michael Badgley. This to make it a 2-possession lead. Oh, no, he missed it. Not more than a chip shot, but it's no good. And they will not be able to make this a 2-possession game. 3 tight ends in the game to start the drive. Gino now on 1st and 10. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete. On 2nd down, it's Gino. Throw on the run is complete. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Smith. Wide open is the tight end. He's got this one. And he will go all the way. Noah Fant. Touchdown, Seahawks. So they're not level yet. A critical extra point attempt to follow. The kick is good, and that will tie this game here in the fourth quarter. All even. Fourth quarter, everything we've wanted. What's in store in the remaining time? Oh, he's got room past the 30. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. Here's the Detroit offense now, headed back onto the field. This game all even now following that touchdown a moment ago, and they'll look to retake the lead on this drive that starts with first down. And that's good run support on the edge. Nice tackle out wide that'll hold them to a gain of 2. Second down, 8 for the first down. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. He'll let this one go long for Williams. That one broken up. It's incomplete. All over him down the field. It'll set up third down. They'll drop to throw. And this ball incomplete on third down.
That's a tough incompletion right there. Feels like that down was their only chance to extend this possession enough to end this game in regulation. I think the smart move here now is you have to punt this ball away. You cannot risk a fourth down failure and give your opponent a short field to get a chance to win it themselves.
That's taken in.
All right, Mike, so think back to earlier in this game. The coach decides to be aggressive. He's successful on fourth down. He decides to do it again. This time, the defense has other ideas and comes up with...
He works free, right side. And he will get into the end zone. Jackson, Smith, and Jigba. Touchdown, Seattle. A terrific play all the way around, finished off by the receiver, who not only made the grab, but Greg turned it up and takes it into the end zone.
And that's the tricky part, Mike, that transition from receiver to runner. And in this case, he does it flawlessly. Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then get upfield and get yourself in the end zone.
So the lead is 7 now. Here in this fourth quarter, the tie has been broken. Let's see what happens on this kickoff. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. In motion, Peoples-Jones. On first and 10, here's Goff. He'll send it downfield for Laporta. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defending. just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. A whole lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. Now, a big third down. Throwing here is Goff. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's fourth down.
Results in a fourth down.
They'll go for it. Here's Goff. He's got Laporta open on the left side. And he's going to have the Lions first down. They wind up with a gain of 11 on fourth down.
All right, this is a good start. Plays like these are definitely going to help as you work your way into scoring range. While you have to be wary of the clock and keep an eye on it, they should have plenty of time here to finish this drive.
Now, deep shot for Amon-Ra. That'll be batted away. Incomplete. Coverage very strong defensively. It's second down.
It's now second and 10.
Back to the air, it's Goff. That's caught by Gibbs. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line. This is first and 10.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
To throw is Goff. And the coverage right there. This ball knocked away. It's incomplete. They'll try again here. Second and 10. Now, Goff. He'll take a shot here. Back of the end zone. That one knocked away. It is incomplete. Very good job defensively. Stayed right with them. And we'll bring up third down.
10 yards to go.
Get in the end zone, fellas. Five.
Here's Goff. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's fourth down.
It's now fourth down.
Off the play fake, here's Goff. And that is incomplete. They had their chance. They took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Gonna let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on downs. The defense still with all three timeouts at their disposal as the quarterback's down to a knee. Here's the third and final timeout for the Lions. And they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in this one. Second and 11. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. The last two runs each lost a yard. Now they're looking at a third and 12. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So it's a win here for the visiting Seahawks. They bounced back from the loss last week, really put in a determined effort, and will come away with the victory. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say good night from downtown Detroit.
It's the NFL on EA Sports. And everyone's eyes goes to Jahmyr Gibbs. He's been a frequent end-zone tourist. He's second in the league in rushing touchdowns. It's the Lions and the Cowboys. All that and more.
It is time for football.
Next.
As we welcome you to another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Good to be in the booth with Greg Olson. I'm Mike Tirico. Greg, this is a passing league. You know that from your days. It's evolved even more into a game in the air. And boy, do we have a couple of quarterbacks. The punter, Jack Fox, handling the kickoffs. And off we go from spectacular AT&T Stadium. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. Cowboys coming out. As usual, it's Dak Prescott leading the way. Led the NFL in touchdown passes, Greg, a season ago. Already his 9th year at the helm for the Cowboys.
We have the luxury each week, Mike, of sitting down with these players and really getting a behind-the-scenes look at what makes them so good and what makes them tick. And, man, wouldn't it be nice to be able to bring the fan kind of behind the curtain and let them see for themselves what we see firsthand? And, man, it would only take a couple minutes for you to realize just what kind of leader this guy is. You would never know he threw 3 touchdowns last week. All he wanted to talk about was the costly interception and the couple plays he left out there. That's why they rally around him. The better he plays, the better the team plays. They need more consistent performances from him to get the rest of this team to do their part.
He'll try to run for it. Now a stoppage. We have an injured Lion. The training staff going to look and will step out for a moment. Dak going to throw it here on first down. He's got a man. It's CeeDee Lamb. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. 1st and 10 now from the 36. Prescott. That's to the left side. He's got Ferguson. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. They face 2nd down and 7. Operating from the gun. Here's Dak. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9. They'll throw again. Dak. A pass. Caught by the veteran. That's Brandon Cooks.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. They'll run it here with Zeke. And the Cowboys are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as strong running takes them down to the 9. From the shotgun, it's Dak. That one going to be intercepted in the end zone if he stayed in bounds. Now the officials say no. It is now Mike McCarthy not happy with that call, and he has thrown the challenge flag. They're looking both at the feet to see if 2 were down, but also whether or not he had full possession of the football when those feet were down.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
So the challenge is unsuccessful, and he's going to have to be careful here because he has just one challenge for the remainder of the game. 2nd down, Prescott. That is intercepted. Picked off by Brian Branch. Inside the 40. And he's going to bring this one back the distance. Touchdown, Detroit. Well, that changes the story quickly. Looked like a very nice opening drive to start. Instead, Greg, it goes back the other way, and the defense scores first.
And, Mike, early on, that's exactly how they drew it up. They wanted to come out and establish themselves with this first drive of the game, and then all of a sudden, disaster strikes. Not only do they turn the ball over, the defense is able to take it all the way back for the pick six.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. They play it short, take it at the 15-yard line. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. Here's Dak Prescott and the Cowboy offense set to go again. And he's an early front runner for MVP of the NFL. It's the first half of the season, but as you can see, he's already leading the league in passing yardage.
So you come back out here after watching the opposing team score first, and what you want to do is you got to establish a little early rhythm and get the drive started. Get a little positive energy into that huddle, and what hopefully starts out good ends with you being able to get some points of your own.
On third down, Prescott. Nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down.
A loss of 5. It's fourth down.
On fourth down, the veteran Brian Anger on to punt for Dallas. Back deep, Khalif Raymond. And he'll be brought down. Short return, and they'll take over there. The Lions led by Jared Goff, chanting his name during the playoffs in 2023 in Detroit. Far cry from the trade from the Rams to the Lions, second in the league in passing a season ago.
You see Jared Goff now taking the field, and he's coming off one of the best seasons of his career, and he's certainly quieted a lot of skeptics around the league, Mike, and leading this Lions team.
His first throw of the game is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Deron Bland. And he is going to score a pick six for the touchdown. Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Cowboys will tie things up at 7-7 here in the opening quarter. This is fielded inside the 5. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready for their second possession. We'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
They move Laporta, sending him in motion. Goff to throw on 1st down. Right side, it's Laporta, the tight end.
Not every pass has to be thrown downfield. You can rely on the run after catch, especially a big body like this tight end. Get the ball in his hands early and let him pick up the rest after the catch.
It is caught left side by St. Brown. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line. On the move at the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. They'll bring St. Brown in motion. On play action, Goff. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. From the gun, it's Goff. And that ball incomplete over the middle. So after back-to-back incompletions, it is now 3rd and 10. Here's Goff. He pulls it in around the 5.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks.
And that big offensive line, clearing space. He's in. Jahmyr Gibbs. Touchdown, Lions. That's his 8th touchdown of the season. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finish it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Short kick taken at the 17. And they will finally get him down, but he gets all the way close to the 40-yard line. The Cowboys offense ready to take over once more. They'll do so with 1st and 10. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
A loss of 11. It's 2nd and 21 at the 27-yard line.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long.
Go 50.
A shotgun snap for Prescott. Throw left side, but that's going to be incomplete. What can they do here? This is 3rd and forever. Prescott now. Open man down the field. It's Ferguson. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. They'll run Zeke up the middle. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Now Prescott. A throw left side, but it's going to wind up incomplete. They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Play fake. Prescott. Catch is made. That is Schoonmaker. He'll try to use that size to push forward, but it's not going to work. Defense strong up front. They're going to get him down behind the line of scrimmage. Prescott from the gun on 3rd down. That's complete to Elliott. And he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively, and now decision time. What are you going to do on 4th down? Aubrey's kick is good. And the Cowboys are back within 4 at 14-10. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. He'll let this one go long for Williams. And that is incomplete. Throwing on 2nd down. Goff. And trying to fit in the slant, and it was intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And now the Cowboys going to take a timeout. First down, Prescott. Over the middle to his tight end, Ferguson. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. So they move inside the 20, 1st and 10 at the 18. Here's Dak to throw. He's got his big tight end. Wilson. Touchdown, Dallas. Aubrey, good with the extra point. Cowboys move out to a 3-point edge, 17-14. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The visitors' offense, Jahmyr Gibbs, set to get back on the field. And he's made a big impact in the passing game. As you look at the NFL leaders in receiving yards by a running back, his name right there at the top. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line.
There's a combination of footwork and vision, his ability to kind of weave through traffic and understand where the holes were. It's a really nice job working through some bodies and picking up a big gain.
That'll be caught. It's Jahmyr Gibbs. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. A second down throw for Goff. Off he goes. And he's out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, out inside the 20. Ball down to the 16-yard line. And it's 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. He's got his man, Peoples-Jones. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. On second down, it's Gibbs. And he's in! Jahmyr Gibbs. Touchdown, Detroit. That is 2nd touchdown of the game. He's up to 9 now on the year. Badgley's extra point is good. And the Lions move out in front by 4. It's 21-17. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Devontae Turpin on the return. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. So now here are the Cowboys. Their offense ready to make their way back onto the field. Dak going to throw it here on first down. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down. That is Marcus Davenport in there for the sack.
At the 24-yard line.
On second down, it's Dak. A high throw there, but a nice job to go up and get it. Still going. And he will take this one in. 76 yards. Touchdown, Dallas. Now Aubrey for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Cowboys extend the advantage to a field goal. It's 24-21. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. This taken at the 5. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. On the handoff, this is Gibbs. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. And he continues to have success running the ball here in the first half as he's closing in on 100 yards already. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll bring St. Brown in motion. They'll go play action with Goff. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up second down. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. On second down, Goff. This one is complete along the sideline. A very nice job to fit that ball in. It'll be a modest gain. 3rd down and 9. Throwing, Goff. He'll go right back to Laporta. And he is out of bounds, but not until he's inside the 40-yard line. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. Goff going to throw here on 1st and 10. That's caught by Gibbs. He'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Off the play fake, here's Goff. Open man, it's Jamison Williams. He is in. Jamison Williams. Touchdown, Lions.
You know, there's so many key factors that allow a play like this, Mike, to have so much success. And, of course, like anything, it starts with the quarterback being accurate. It's such a big part of NFL football right now is the run after the catch. But the accuracy of the ball allows the receiver to turn into a runner after securing the catch. So great job there by the quarterback. And then sometimes it's just a foot race to the pylon and speed kills. And wide receiver gets the ball, secures it, and he does the rest.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. On the return, here's Turpin. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The Cowboys offense ready for this next possession. Trail by 4, a touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. They'll stick with Elliott. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line. 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Here's Dak. Pass completed right side to Ferguson. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line. Now some movement up front. Flags down. Mistake-filled first half continues. Tyler Smith guilty on that one. On the play fake, Dak. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack.
A loss of 7 yards brings up 2nd down at the 35-yard line.
Come on, boys. Let's count the rock.
2nd down, Prescott. Open man, downfield, it's CeeDee Lamb. This has been bizarre. From 2nd and a mile, a huge gain, but still short of a 1st down. On the give, it's Elliott. That's going to be pretty close. Looks like he's got it, and he does. 1st down.
That's another Cowboys 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Again, here's Zeke. And the Cowboys are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points. A shotgun snap for Prescott. That is caught by the tight end, Jake Ferguson. Touchdown, Cowboys. His 2nd touchdown of this first half. And that is number 2. Greg, he is off to some kind of start in this one. 2 quarters and 2 receiving touchdowns.
Mike, this is one of those situations where as a defensive coordinator, you've got to give your group an answer. Because right now, they don't have one for this guy.
From the 6, here comes a return. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. On 1st and 10, here's Goff. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up second down. From the gun, it's Goff. Fine work defensively. That's going to be knocked away. They go down as an incomplete.
Well, that's 2 straight plays now where this secondary has won their matchup, and right now the offense needs to find some plays that just call for easy completions. Get your wide receivers in space. Allow them to run after the catch, because right now these downfield passes, the defense is all over them.
2 incompletions to start the drive, and it leads to third down and 10. Now, Goff. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down. They'll go for it. Here's Goff. And the rush is going to get there. He'll go down. They were taking a big risk, going for it in their own territory. It will not pay off. It's a turnover on downs. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. C.D. Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas. He has done it again. That is 4 touchdown passes in his first half. Greg, he might skip halftime with the way he's performing right now.
Yeah, Mike, this passing attack is just really unstoppable. I mean, it is just remarkable the success he's been able to have. We're not even at halftime yet. He finds himself on record pace. I can't wait to see what he does the rest of this game.
So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. Safe kick taken at the 5. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Goff to throw. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down. Throwing on second down. Goff. And this throw batted away and incomplete.
Really just been a combination of errors here on this drive. I mean, the sack on first down put him in a bad spot. Then the incompletion there trying to gain it back on second. And now they find themselves in a critical third down here, or they're facing a 3 and out.
From the gun on third down, it's Goff. And this drive is over before it can start. He's swallowed up to force fourth down. They will indeed go as they look to throw. Taking off, he'll try to get there. And out of bounds he goes, just shy of midfield. Goff to throw on first down. There he goes again.
He tried to buy all the time he could, but when he saw that space, he quickly turned from thrower to runner, and he's able to pick up a nice gain on first down.
Throwing here is Goff. He'll take off again. Can't beat those legs. 13-yard pickup. A scramble leads to a first down. He's been elusive in this first half. Look at those rushing numbers for him. Defense definitely going to have to find a way to keep him in check. On first down, it's gone. That one knocked away and incomplete. Deron Bland, good coverage, and he gets his hands on that one. A second down throw for Goff. Now he'll run it. Now a stoppage. We have an injured Lion. Halftime is looming, so the athletic training staff will get a chance to look him over during the break. Now, on 3rd and 2, they'll try and throw for it. Woo! And he's going to have the first down as he gets out of bounds, and he stopped the clock as well. To throw, Hooker. He's going to tuck it and go. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. That is a heartbreaker for the defense. They took away what he wanted to do in the air, Greg, but that scrambling ability gets him to the end zone for the touchdown.
And the reason he was able to take advantage with his legs here, Mike, is he made a fast decision realizing there was nowhere to go with the ball. The amount of guys the defense had in coverage took those passes away. He tucked the ball down, took advantage of the space, and he was able to take it all the way.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. On the return, here's Turpin. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Dak. That's to the middle of the field and caught by Cooks. Give him 14 on that play, one first down. Prescott now. A short throw caught by Ferguson. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. That's a timeout for Dallas. It's their second as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. On 1st and 10, Prescott. A throw left side there, not going to find the target. Incomplete. They'll throw again. Dak. And he'll be taken down. They got him back at the 50-yard line. Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Prescott. The ball comes out. Looked like one of the Cowboys was there to recover. Indeed, they will keep possession. Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for the second time. And that's a nice job of making things more manageable for this offense as he takes it back beyond the 25-yard line. Goff's going to throw here on 1st and 10. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. To throw is Goff. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half. On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. He's got his tight end. That's Laporta. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. More from you and Greg in a moment. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here and what's already been an eventful afternoon of football. We'll begin with the early game across the Atlantic at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in North London, where it was the visiting Jaguars who were able to come away with the road victory. Trevor Lawrence, strong in the victory, as his guys run their record to 6-1 on the campaign. From there, let's head west to see what's going on with the Raiders at home in Las Vegas. And they've got the lead in their matchup with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Devontae Adams, a touchdown reception. Finally, let's get up to the place they call Titletown, Green Bay, Wisconsin, to see what's happening with the Packers. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Arizona Cardinals. Kyler Murray, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. It was the veteran quarterback Dak Prescott who had it working in the first half. He was on point repeatedly, ultimately finishing with 4 touchdown passes in those first 2 quarters alone. Both these teams running through their final adjustments. It's time for the second half. And for the call, let's get it back out to Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Coach, thank you. Not a rest at the break for the defensive coordinators, trying to figure out how to stop these offenses as we get ready for the second half. This will be returned from the 6. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Lions offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. He's run well here in the first half of the season, as you see there. He's the NFL's rushing leader coming into this weekend. He'll work this ahead for 2, maybe 3. The veteran Eric Hendricks on the stop. 2nd and 7. Goff gives it to Gibbs. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. A run up the middle. It's Gibbs. He'll get in behind his blockers, get forward for a pickup of 3. The veteran Eric Hendricks on the stop. Here's a handoff to Gibbs. He's got it. That's a first down up across midfield and down to the 47-yard line. Straight ahead with Gibbs. Oh, what a run. Down inside the 30-yard line. First down, and they stick with Gibbs. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. A run here with Gibbs. He'll take this forward, maybe 2-3 yards, but doesn't matter. We have a flag down, and they're already marching backward.
Still 2nd down.
On 2nd down, Goff. Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
Looked like a pass protection breakdown. They had 5 offensive linemen and a running back in the backfield. I promise you, somebody was assigned to that linebacker, but he timed the blitz perfectly. He ran through and was able to bring him down for a big sack.
Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it very hard to compete at a high level consistently in the NFL. And if they want to find themselves having any chance.
The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Dak. And that is incomplete.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it. Continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
This is taken at his own 30. And he'll get forward a few yards on the... Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. On the ground to start, they give it to Gibbs. And nothing doing on that one. He'll go down behind the line. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. That's caught by Gibbs. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. Goff. That one on target to Williams. He's got it. And he's out of bounds, but they take it to the red zone inside the 20. They're at the 17-yard line now for 1st and 10. A toss to the right. Here comes Gibbs. Here's 2nd and 2. Here's Gibbs. And that'll give him a 1st down. Tackle made after the pickup of 3. Here's Gibbs. And he will score. Jahmyr Gibbs. Touchdown, Lions. 3 touchdowns for him now in this one. And he's up to 10 on the year. Badgley's extra point is good. And the Lions have taken a 4-point advantage. The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. On the return, here's Turpin. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Cowboys offense and veteran Ezekiel Elliott making their way back out. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. The defense all over this one. They get him behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a couple. Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
A 7-yard loss brings up 3rd down.
So backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. A shotgun snap for Prescott. And that is incomplete.
The offense just couldn't seem to get anything going that drive. They knew they had a long way to go, taking over possession that deep in their own territory. You want to pick up that 1st down and see if you can capitalize some momentum. Instead, the errant throw brings up 4th down, and they're going to have to punt it away.
And it's a good return here, able to take it across the 50 and set up the offense with a short field. So Jared Goff and the Lions offense getting set for this next drive. And it's been a struggle all afternoon. The defense done a great job taking him away from his game, taking his weapons away, and he has yet to find anything to lean on in this one. From the gun, here's Gibbs. Gets to the edge at the 30. 14 on the pickup. First down, Detroit. Once again, it's Gibbs. They converge on him quickly. He'll only get a couple. Marquise Bell up to make the stop. From the gun, it's Goff. He'll get rid of it and complete it.
I'd like to see them do a better job here the rest of the game, Mike, just disguising the coverage from the pre-snap look to the post-snap look. And what I mean is, when you have a quarterback at this level,
and he will get into the end zone. David Montgomery. Touchdown, Detroit.
When you start talking about the qualities of a top-tier back in the NFL, Mike, we all talk about size, speed, the ability to keep your feet, the ability to have balance at contact. But the part we don't talk enough about is patience, understanding the blocking scheme, the timing, when to hit the hole, as much as what hole to hit. And I think you get a great example of what that looks like when it all comes together. He takes advantage of the scheme, and next thing you know, he hits his head on the goalpost.
On the return, here's Turpin. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Cowboys offense ready to get back at it. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield.
That is intercepted by the first-round pick from Alabama, Terrion Arnold. And he is going to bring this one back. A DB's dream, a pick 6 for touchdown. The defense is having a day. They extend the lead with Greg their 2nd pick 6 of the game.
And that's just something you don't see very often in the NFL, Mike. I mean, you might see a handful of games each year where there's 1 pick 6. But to get 2 pick 6s in the same game, this defense is on fire.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. On the return, here's Turpin. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The home team's offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They're in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. Nothing doing there. He'll go down behind the line. Here's a 2nd and 12. Now Prescott. Off-balance throw. It's complete. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. 3rd and 6. Back to throw is Prescott. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. Now he's loose down the middle of the field. And he will score. C.D. Lamb. Touchdown, Cowboys. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. The extra point by Aubrey is good. The Cowboys are able to cut into the deficit. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. This one taken at the 7. Ooh. Oh, very good field position to start as the return is past the 4.